guys.
So we are now in Singapore.
Go back this way.
So
Yeah.
that's where we are. Whichever city that you're in and wherever you're doing business, situational awareness is critical.
Absolutely. I think we forget that we are in a different city or a different country, and we do have to adopt our ways or the way we speak and address business based on the city or country you're in. And there are three main factors that we learned just simply from our first event yesterday in Singapore, which, by the way, went amazingly.
Yes. So number one is thinking about the welfare of the city, thinking about the laws and the general rule of law. The benefit systems that are in place is clearly very different country by country. And so depending on what those benefits, those perks, and what is actually in place in the country, it really affects how people see life and what their main concerns are. Whether it be starting or building a business, obviously regulations and licenses is a big factor. And so understanding those and what people are willing to sacrifice or what they can sacrifice for the sake of their families.
Usually when we're doing any business event, my number one priority is to look the part, to dress the part, to feel the part, and that's usually in a business attire. It is extremely hot here in Singapore. Excruciatingly
Look at
hot.
we're like burning here under the
here in
sun.
Singapore, but and we weren't prepared for this. We came in our usual attire, suited and booted, looking absolutely fantastic. Yeah, we realised that it was completely unnecessary because people here in Singapore, the event we held yesterday, people were in flip-flops and in shorts and in jeans, so it would have been perfectly acceptable to come slightly dressed down, and I think maybe the audience would have been a little bit more comfortable
Perhaps.
with us.
But I mean, like, people dress well. We're not saying
No, of
that
course
people
they
don't dress well, they dress
really well.
professional. But let's say there's no need to wear a blazer. We had our blazers with us, so we just didn't wear them.
There's no need to wear 6-inch stilettos.
So sandals were completely okay, even in your whole professional business attire. So that was the second thing that we thought was very different. And lastly,
Was networking.
yeah,
The way people network here is completely different to what we're used to and what we're accustomed to in the UK or in the West, should I say. They are very warm, open individuals, and they're great people to speak to. But I feel as though there is a slight resistance.
or hesitance, just
Or
not.
hesitance.
Yeah, more hesitance where
But
maybe
not with us, I would say with each other.
with each other. There's a little bit of, I'm not sure whether they want to take the initiative to be the first person to say hi, to build relationships. I think that was the big difference.
Yeah.
Even though they were very talkative, and obviously we got amazing feedback from the participants, but amongst the participants there were, it was very different.
Yeah.
There were a lot of exchanging of business cards, but not long conversations.
Yeah. So everyone approached us after the event, which was amazing.
Individually.
But they didn't really approach each other.
Yes.
So that's what we found fascinating.
Yeah, and that was the thing that we talk about, is that amongst the room, there could be your next investor, your next client, your next strategic partner. Perhaps that's one of the things that could make the most difference in Singapore is, just speaking to other people within Singapore.
Absolutely. So they were our main takeaways from last night's event in Singapore, and we are potentially in the process of planning a tour in Asia in July.
Yes.
So that's in the works. Let's see what happens.
So that's been very exciting. It's been a very quick trip in Singapore, our first in Asia, and I'm almost certain that we'll be coming back very soon.